Hi FlossTube, it's Jen from Delicious Threads. Today is Thursday, October 4th, 2018, and it has been forever since I recorded last. I think my last video was right before StitchCon, so that was probably mid-June. So that's almost 4 months ago. I think in that one too I said, oh, it's been so long, I'm going to try to record more often, and that didn't happen. Our summer was really crazy though. My son had some health issues, and so we spent pretty much the entire summer in and out of doctor's appointments and doing testing and stuff to figure out what was going on. And we think we know what is going on, and things have gotten a lot better, but there are still some things that we're working through. So yeah, that was most of my summer. I did do a lot of stitching, did some other crafting, and then just working on stuff for the house. We're settling in nicely. We still have some boxes that are not unpacked. They'll probably never be unpacked. There were boxes from our old house that we never unpacked, and we were there for 9 years, so I'm not going to kid myself into thinking that I'm really going to unpack, but I am still going to try. We've gotten some new furniture, sitting in a new chair in my room, and starting to decorate for Halloween, and the kids are having a lot of fun because we have more areas to kind of decorate here, so we're having fun with that. StitchCon was a lot of fun. I know I watched so many people's videos. I'm like, I might be the last person to have talked about StitchCon, and I just kind of laughed because I knew that I wasn't gonna make a video for a while. You've heard about StitchCon. I'm not gonna go into super detail about all the things that we were given in our goodie bags and all the activities that we did, but I do want to say that I had an amazing time, and I got to meet some new friends. I got to see some old friends, and it was just a lot of fun. If you get a chance to go to a retreat, you really should. They are great. I've already signed up for StitchCon 2019, and I am also going to the Arizona Stitch Fest in April. So if you're going to either of those, I'll see you there. So I don't even know where to start. There are like piles of things everywhere. I guess I will start with things that I stitched. So I had, how many finishes? I think I had like 5 finishes. It's pretty good for like 4 months. So the first thing I finished was my tulip biscornu, and I used that for my smalls exchange at StitchCon. And it was one where I had started a while ago, and I had stitched the first part of it, and then I wasn't sure if I really wanted to make a biscornu out of it, and so I put it away in a bin. And then when I was trying to figure out what I was going to do for my smalls exchange, I was going through my bin of finishes, and I found that, and so I stitched up a backing piece and finished it up as a biscornu. Did something similar to the dragonfly biscornu that I did, where I did some beads in the corners, and then when I did the center, instead of doing a button, I did beads. And I did a little, I think it was a video, and I'll put that in here. This is my finished tulip biscornu, and this is my small that I'm taking to StitchCon for the smalls exchange. I originally stitched this tulip square back in March. It is a freebie blackwork pattern, and if I can find the link, I will put it in the description box below for you. And then I had always planned to make it into a biscornu, but by the time I had finished stitching the top, I had made a bunch of mistakes and pulled a bunch of stuff out and restitched a bunch of times, and I just wasn't ready to finish it. I didn't want to look at it for a little while. So when I kept changing my mind about what I wanted to stitch as my small for the exchange, and I decided to go look in my finish box and see what was in there. And I found my tulip square, and I thought that would be perfect to go ahead and finish that as a biscornu and take it to StitchCon. So this front piece was what I originally stitched, and I stitched it in some variegated DMC, and I cannot remember the colors off the top of my head, and I was not able to find them when I decided to finish this up and stitch the back part. So the back is stitched with just regular DMC. I will put all the colors I used in the description box below if you're interested. So I added the backstitch line around the outside, or the backstitch box, and then I made this back piece. And this is just stitched on 28 count white monogo. The front has the same leaves in the center and then little corner leaves, and I copied that, and I also had a little stitch in the middle. That's how I make sure I know where my center is. I use this pretty lime green button for the back, and on the front, light's crazy, I have a little seed bead there in the middle. So that is my finished biscornu. Oh, I forgot. I also added beads all around the outside. On my dragonfly biscornu that I showed last time, I just did it in each of the corners, and on this one I stitched a bead in every other stitch while putting it together. I think it's really pretty. So that is my finished biscornu. It is going to get packed up now. I need to go finish packing for StitchCon. I think I have everything figured out that I'm going to take, but now I have to try to fit it all in my carry-on. So wish me luck, and I'll see you later. And the person that got my small in the Smalls Exchange was Sue Hillis. So that was kind of a surprise. I was waiting and waiting and waiting. My bag was still sitting on the table. I was probably obsessing about it a little bit too much, but I kept looking to see if my bag had been taken because they just like randomized numbers, and then whoever's number that was in the list of people that were participating in the exchange, their name would be called up, and you would go and just pick whatever bag, and you take it back to your seat and open it. And there were so many people that you couldn't really see when your stuff was picked up, and sometimes you couldn't see when somebody opened it. But yeah, so Sue Hillis got mine, and I got a picture with her, so here's my picture. And I'll show you what I got later. What else did I finish? Let's see. I finished, this is actually my first finish at StitchCon. I was the first person to finish something. I was pretty close though. I didn't really like cheat by bringing something super close, but yeah. So this is Fat Bat Cat by Victoria Sampler, I think. Yeah, Victoria Sampler. And this is stitched on Pictureless Plus linen and glacier. And I used the called for threads. If you do this one, the green and the pink that they list are only a couple stitches. So green, you have 2 stitches for the eyes, and pink, oh, did I not even do it? I think I didn't stitch his nose. So this is now not a finish, but I will finish it. There's some pink that I think is supposed to be for his nose, and I think I missed that. But anyway, so this is my finish. It's lovely. I am planning to stitch another one. My sister has an orange tabby, like in the pattern, and I am planning to stitch it for her on this opalescent natural linen, and I think I might use just regular DMC on that since the fabric is already sparkly, and then I can stitch that one up pretty quickly for her. So that was my second finish. I don't actually remember what order I finished these in, but another finish was Emerald City by Satsuma Street, and this is on a piece of 28 Monaco that I had dyed myself using Aqua Rit, and I used all the called for colors, and I love it. Next finish is Let's Drink Beer by Ursula Michael. And this is just on regular white 28 count Monaco. I have bolts of this. Threads on it. This one was fun to stitch. It is affectionately called my penis project because there are parts of it that look a little bit phallic. If you stitch this, I might suggest changing the charting for cold one. In the original pattern, cold looks like the word cock. So if you would like to have a penis project, go ahead and stitch cock in there. Otherwise, you can do what I did and make it actually look like cold. This one might be a gift for my parents, or I thought about giving it to my sister and brother-in-law because they both like beer a lot too. My most recent finish is the Year in Chalk June. It says Catch a Wave. And this one is charted with like a brown kind of sand color, and the whales are charted as white. And I switched it up a little bit. Excuse me. I am using Threadworks threads for this, and I don't remember the number for this one, but it's really pretty. So those are all my finishes. I had a new start that I guess I'll show you now. It is Lunation by Ink Circles, and this is one that I had originally planned to start at StitchCon with Abby from Top Knot Stitcher, and I think we had talked before, and she was like, oh, I don't think I'm actually going to start it, so I didn't bring my stuff, and then when I got there, she was starting the project, and so I was like, wait, you said that we weren't going to do it, so I don't even know if I would have been able to find my stuff, honestly, before leaving for StitchCon, because everything was still in boxes. So what I did was I just got my supplies while I was there. I got this really beautiful fabric from Under the Sea Fabrics. She had a table at StitchCon, and it's called Uplifting Currents, and it's a 32 count opal linen. And this is about half the size that I got. Super pretty. And Mrs. Venzel rhymes with pencil. She helped me pick the fabric for the project, so thank you again, Rachel. So this is my extra piece that I get to keep, and I also have like a little smaller section of that. But this is my start. I reshaped the earth because the way it is charted, it does not look circular to me. It's too angular. So I changed that a little bit, but then I had to figure out how to space my moons. But I did get it all figured out. And this is a picture of what it'll look like finished. And I changed all of the colors. And this is the inside ring for the sun that goes around it. I'm only going to do 2 colors for the sun. I have this sort of like orange color, and then the flares coming off of it, and like the outer ring, the very outside ring are going to be in yellow. So all of these threads are color and cotton, and she had a booth there as well. And these are the colors that I picked. So the earth is stitched in clover and night's blue light. My moon phases are stitched in my favorite gray now, Inkwell and Stonehenge. And I got some extra Inkwell, but I did not get extra Stonehenge, and I wish I had, because that one's also really nice. And then my sun is stitched in Clay Pot and Golden Mum. It was really fun starting a new project and kitting everything up while I was there, and then now when I finish this piece, it's going to remind me of StitchCon. And I have been keeping all of this in this little pouch that I got at StitchCon. Karen Macon, she brought some pouches, and she also brought some needle minders and is handing them out. So thank you again, Karen. I love this pouch, and I've got my project in there. Okay, let's see. So that was, other than my junior and chalk, which was also a new start, but I finished it. That was my only new start over the summer. I was trying to focus on finishes. I was having a lot of fun, like making a lot of progress and finishing things up. So I mostly did nips instead of starting things. So I also worked on my Happily Ever After Saw by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. And I guess I'm going to take this off the cue stand. I finished up February, March, May, and July. So I had part of Heidi started but I finished it. I think I did all of the 3 Billy Goat Scruff. I did all of Robin Hood, and I don't remember what the story is, and I don't know the story, but I did all of that as well. And then I filled in some of these, or I started filling in the borders so that I could more easily jump around. You can see I started this little sun piece here, and I have a little bit of green there just because finishing up threads from July. So it's starting to look really nice. I love the border on this one. I love the center part. I'm finding it hard to be motivated, other than motivated to get a finish, because I don't know a lot of these stories, or I shouldn't say a lot. There are a few stories that I just don't know, I've never read as a kid, and so it makes it a little bit tougher to be super invested in a project, and I don't want to take the time to think up new things, so I'm just going to stitch it as charted, and I do still want to finish it. I was thinking this one would be for my youngest kid, my daughter. My son, I stitched the Woodland sampler for, and then I stitched the Once Upon a Time Sal, I don't remember if it was the sampler, if they called that, but the Once Upon a Time one I did for my older daughter, and I thought, oh, this will be really cute, I'll stitch this one for my youngest, and they'll each have one of the samplers that I've stitched for them, and I'm still probably going to give it to her. I'll just have to make sure that I read some of these stories so that she knows what they are. Because I don't think I ever read, what is it, The Kitten and the Owl or something. Still haven't read it, but I should. So that's looking really nice. I will get back to that at some point. I think for October, though, I'm just going to be stitching on dark October projects, so I won't be working on that one for a while. I have also been working on my Tombstone sampler, and this one, I'm having so much fun stitching on it. I am doing dark October stitching, like I said, and I made a Tiny Decisions wheel that has all of my current whips that kind of fit like a dark October theme, and any starts that I could think of that I already have fabric for and I know what I'm doing. And so I'm still going to focus on finishing, so I'm not going to change like every day. I'll either give myself kind of a goal that I want to get to on a certain project before I spin and do a new project, or if I'm close, I might just try to finish it. Or if I'm just like having fun stitching it, I'll just keep going. So the first day I was gonna ignore whatever I spun, but I ended up spinning Tombstone sampler, and so I got to keep stitching on this, and I was really happy about that. So this is where I'm at. With all these things, I don't remember where I was before, so I'm not gonna worry about showing. This is where I am. I am stitching this on Picture This Plus, what's it called? It's like my favorite gray too. I'll remember, I think. And I'm using kind of a really dark charcoal, almost black hank of silk from Silks For You. And the pattern is personalizable, so you can put your own last name, and then they give you numbers so that you can put a year here. I'll put in a picture of what the finished piece looks like here. So right now I'm kind of stumped on what year I want to put here. I don't know if I want to do 1721 like the pattern has. I'm not sure if there's a significance for that year. If you know, let me know. My husband and I got married in 2006. I don't think I want to do 2006, but I was thinking, oh, what if I did like 1706 or something? So it's has something to do with our family other than just a random number, but I haven't decided yet. And then also on the pattern, there are some little skulls over here, and I think they look weird, so I'm going to probably rechart those so that they have like a more rounded appearance instead of being like super angular. And then I have the band at the bottom. So for right now, I'm still really excited to be stitching on this one, so I'm probably going to keep going on it. Unless I'm stumped on what I want to do here for the skulls and the year, maybe I'll take a break and think about it. But this pattern is really fun to stitch. I especially love the death's head at the top of the tombstone. And it was really, really neat to see that one kind of come out as I was stitching it. Okay. Pewter, no. Why can't I remember the name of this fabric? I think I have it in here. A little tag. Ha! Dapple. So Dapple is one of the colors that I super love from Picture This Box. So those are the projects that I have been working on or have finished over the last forever. I'm going to show you some things that I got. So first, in the Smalls Exchange at StitchCon, I kind of like scoped out the things that I thought I might want to snag if they were still there when my name got called. And by the time I got there, I think most of the stuff that I had liked was already gone. But then I saw this little box, and I did not see this on my first time around, like looking at things. And I thought it was so cute, and I had to pick it up. And this was stitched by Donna Dyer, and she now has a FlossTube channel with her friend Shauna, and they're called Stitching in Doodah, and I'll put a link in the description below so you can go check them out. And they actually did their first FlossTube video while at StitchCon. There was a small group of us that were still there on the last day, and we were all hanging out stitching, and they're like, we're gonna do our video. And so they recorded a live video, and you could hear some cheering in the background, and I was there to help cheer them along on their first video. So what Donna made is this cute little pin cushion. And I've seen some other people stitching this one because there's a hedgehog style going on right now. And so I think it's Prairie Schooler. I hadn't seen the pattern before, but then, like I said, I saw it recently. There's somebody out there stitching this one. Super cute. Love the back fabric too. And then when I opened it up, I laughed because I just thought it was super cute and funny. It also had, oops, sorry. There were 2 needle minders. I think I have the other one on a project somewhere, but this is one of them. And the other one is missing. But thank you again, Donna. I seriously love this so much. And now that I've shown it, I can like put it up as display. I bought some more stuff. I had a lot of fun at the Color and Cotton booth. I already showed you the stuff that I got for my Lunation project. I also got some more threads. I got a few extra of Inkwell because, like I said, I love it. If there had been more, I would have purchased more too, but by the time I got to it, most of them were purchased, and she brought a lot of these, or she sent a lot of these. She also had a limited edition color. It's this variegated one. It's super pretty. Not sure what I'll use it for, but I had to grab it, so I got 2 of those. And then I was thinking that I might want to do some ornament stitching this year. So I got 2 colors that I thought would go well at Christmas time. One of them is called Deep Pine, and the other one does not have a Christmassy name, but I think they look good together. It's called Dracula. So that is my Color and Cotton haul. Other things that I got at StitchCon, so I got this fabric, which I already showed you. The other fabric that I purchased is also Under the Sea. I don't know how to pronounce that. That's what I got. So it's a 28 count linen opal. It's this really pretty blush pink color. And I'm thinking I'm going to stitch my girls something on this. And it's big enough that I can do 2 different things on the same fabric. And they're sharing a room right now, so it'll be nice for them to have sort of the same fabric going on. I also got from Meridian Designs one of her teeny weeny bikinis. Got the one that looks like Wonder Woman, and it comes with a little star. And she has an Etsy shop, and so when I got back, I actually bought some more, and I have those here, so I'm just going to show you. So this was not a StitchCon purchase, but I did buy it over the last couple months. Got this teeny weeny bikini August, so I guess maybe she did a monthly series. And I might change these colors to kind of look like Ariel's bikini, or Ariel's top, because my sister loves Ariel and mermaids, so I'm thinking I might stitch it for her. And it comes with the beads that are part of the straps and a little detail between the shells and a star for. And from her Etsy, I also got The Doctor Is In, and it comes with the sonic screwdriver. Those are cute. I'm going to be stitching the Wonder Woman for myself. I think I might hang it up in my closet as a reminder each morning before I head out that I'm a badass. Let's see. Sue Hillis was there, and she had a bunch of her designs. I got 2 of her pamphlets. I got Witch Hat, and I liked the idea of using some of the wooden sleds that I was using for ornaments to make like Halloween ornaments. I'm not sure if I'll actually finish mine this way, but I do have a bunch of leftover sleds from a set that I bought for making Christmas ornaments, and it might be fun to paint them and do something like that. And I also got Dark Shadows, and these are really cute. I love the little like candelabra, the hocus pocus with the moon behind. I'd probably do that with like a glow in the dark thread. And I love the purple because I've been stitching a lot of my Halloween stuff on purple. When I went to Keepsakes, I was really good, and I only bought one thing. I would have bought a lot more because they have so many awesome samples that are up on the walls, and seeing those made me really want to buy some of the patterns, but they didn't have them. So I think a lot of them are just harder to find now. But if they had had those, I would have spent so much money. But I was good. I only got one thing. I got this little Lizzie Kate, a little boo. And I thought that was super cute. I love the little cat, although it kind of looks like it's taking a poop. Is it just me? It comes with a little star charm and some beads and the fabric. I don't think this is on my wheel. I should add this to my Darktober wheel. So, some non-purchases from StitchCon. There were a few people that brought in some like fabric and threads that they shared with people, and this particular person brought in a bunch of stuff, and I was lucky enough to be able to get a few things. And I don't know if this person watches my videos, but if you do, thank you for sharing. And I'm really excited to have this fabric and these threads. So this fabric is a Ship's Manor fabric. It's the March fabric of the month, and it's called April Showers. It's a 28 count Jobelin, and it's so soft, and the color is so bright and beautiful, and I love it. And I have never stitched on Ship's Manor fabric before, so that'll be fun. And then I also got a Ship's Manor thread. It's called Iceberg. And then there were a couple of Fiberlicious silks that I snatched up as well. These are super pretty. So I love when stitchers share and try to do more of that. I actually brought in a huge stack of patterns and other things to give to Michelle Bendy Stitchy for her Alzheimer's table. And I really hope that the stuff I brought helped a lot, because I started to pack some things. I had saved some stuff like, oh, maybe I'll put this back on Stash and Load. And at the last minute I said, you know what? I'm just going to put everything in my suitcase and give it all, because somebody is going to be there. Somebody's going to see it. They're going to love it. Maybe Michelle can get some money to donate to Alzheimer's research. And it just felt really good to be able to share things that like I know I'm not going to use, but somebody else is going to want it. And so it felt really good to be able to do that. And then honestly, now I don't have a stack of things that I have to think about that like to get rid of or just put on Stash and Load or whatever. So that's also a nice little thing for me. And my last purchase, I saw on Elena's Instagram that she had gotten some really beautiful silk from Silks For You. She got this particular hank, and when I saw it, you know what? The colors are looking really bright. They're not this bright. They're the right colors, but it's a little bit dingier, like more like this side. She had gotten this hank, and I saw it, and I was like, I have to have that. And there was one left in the Silks For You Etsy shop, and I snagged it. And I'm so glad I did. It's beautiful. I have to find a project to stitch with that. And of course, I couldn't get just one, so I also got this really gorgeous kind of turquoisey, sort of dingy, grayish turquoise hank. Again, it's showing really bright on camera for me right now, but it's not that bright. I love Silks for You silk. If you haven't gotten them before, you really should. I'm using like a gray for my Death by Cross Stitch, and then I have the one that's like a really deep gray black that I'm using for my Tombstone sampler, and then I've got these new ones, and just silk is so nice to stitch with, and the Silks for You silk is really, really nice. And she always sends like a little needle minder with her packages, so that's really fun too. So those are all the things that I bought, and things I was gifted, and things that I stitched. Other than that, I've been doing a lot more crafting. So we have a craft room set up now, and I share it with my husband. So he has his office on like one side of the room, and I have my crafting stuff on the other side, and I have tables going all the way down the side of the room. So I can have my sewing machine set up, and I still have a big table to use for like cutting things out or putting projects together. And it's been really fun to do some non-stitching things, like some sewing stuff, because I have so much fabric. Like, there are a lot of people that are like, oh, I have a lot of fabric. And I have more fabric than I should by a lot. And I gave a lot of it away before we moved. But the entire closet in the craft room, which is really just like a bedroom, so that entire closet is full of crafting stuff, and that's not even all of it. I have a bunch in my closet too. So I've been trying to use that up, and I know a lot of people are making project bags now, but I was really inspired to make some for myself. So I started by making project bags for myself, and these are the ones that I made. I'm lazy and I don't take my projects off of the Q-snap, so I wanted bigger bags. So this is a like 14 by 14 inch bag. So I can just put my whole Q-snap in there with all of my stuff, and it lives in there all the time. I also made a slightly smaller one. This is 13 by 13. I was trying to figure out what size I wanted, and my Q-snap fits in there really nicely. But if you have like a project that has a bunch of extra fabric, it probably wouldn't fit as easily in this one. Like it's not really snug, but I don't know. So this fabric, this rainbow fabric, I had it for so long, and I wanted to use it for something, and it was exciting to make project bags out of it, and I was able to make myself 5 bags using this fabric. And I just use all kinds of different trims and zippers. So I made a third of just fabric one, because I made a rectangular one too. And then I wanted to try making the vinyl bags because they look really fun and it's cool to be able to see in. So I made a big one and I made a small one. So that fabric went far. I only had 1 yard and I made 5 bags out of it, and I like used almost every bit of it without much waste. Then after I made those, I wasn't sure if I liked the bags with just the single on top. Oh, actually, first, I made bags for my son, too. And I can show you his project. It's here. So, I made a square one for my son, and his is extra padded to kind of just give it more padding. Because, I don't know, they're not as careful. And I made him a little bag that he has all his threads and stuff in, and his scissors. And this is his project. I don't think he stitched anything on it since the last time you saw it, and we still have these little white threads that we need to fix because they're popping up. He does still want to finish this for his teacher from last year, and he still sees her all the time, and I see her all the time. I've been volunteering at the school, and I see her all the time, and she's still super sweet. So he's still going to finish this for her, and every now and then he'll be like, let's stitch mommy, and then something happens and we don't get a chance to. So I swear I'm not popular at all. I don't know why I'm getting so many messages right now. So I'll show you this again when he has more progress. But he picked the colors out and the fabric for this one, and he thought it was really cool because it looked like a piranha plant because it has the green, and then he said the top of it is red, and then it has the white mouth, so like the piranha plant. So I thought that was really cute. And then I also made him a smaller one, and we experimented with doing fabric on the top and the bottom, but I kind of felt like fabric was too much. So then I made myself a small one, with the fabric on the top and the bottom, but it's smaller. So anyway, I really enjoyed making the project bags, and so I was planning, I'm saying so a lot, sorry about that. I was planning to do a Harry Potter sale in my needleminder group, and I'm still planning to do that. But I've been having like the worst luck with things. So besides being super busy all summer with kid health stuff and then just like normal summer things, also I've been trying to make bags and I realized my sewing machine is not that great and it's having a tough time on some like bulky seams. And so I ordered a new machine, but something happened with the machine I ordered and they're being like recalled. And so now I'm glad I didn't get one because it's having issues, but I didn't know for like a month that I wasn't going to get it. And then now I have a different new machine on the way to me, or it's been ordered, but I don't know when I'm going to get it. So I don't plan to make any more bags until I have the new machine. So what I think I might do is go ahead and get the Harry Potter sale going. Oh, on top of that, I had plans to make new needleminder designs that I kind of make myself from start to finish, because then they're unique to me and my shop. But I've been having issues with my design software and my printer, and so it's just been really bad. So I think what I might do is go ahead and get the Harry Potter sale going, maybe next week. Maybe. Don't hold me to that, please. And then I might just have to have a Harry Potter sale too, where I do the other bags I was planning to make and the new needle minders that I'm designing myself. But I feel like it's been so long. I planned to do this originally like at the end of July, beginning of August, and it just never happened. So we'll see, but I might just go ahead and have the sale because I feel really bad that people have been waiting and I just haven't been able to get things going. So I'm going to give you a preview of the bags I made. Like I said, I know lots of other people are making bags. I kind of feel like I might just do bags when I feel like it. Bags that kind of fit the theme of whatever needle minder sale I'm doing. I'm not planning to be like a full-time bag person, but I do like sewing, and so it's kind of fun to be able to do it sometimes. So the first fabric that I have is this Marauders Map fabric. And I have bags in a couple different sizes. With this particular fabric, it has a large print, so I didn't make small bags. So this one is a 14 by 14. And I also made an 11 by 14. And I have a couple of each of the sizes. I also made large vinyl front bags with maroon inside. I also have a Hogwarts Quidditch fabric. It's really pretty. Oh, and all of these, there are no exposed seams on the inside. It's all finished neatly inside. So this one has a like kind of cream color with gold dots. The Marauders Map has just like a khaki color inside. And so I have this in 14 by 14. I made some 11 by 14. And I have a couple of 11 by 11. So these ones are good for like an 8 by 8 Q-snap. And then the bigger ones, this would be good for like an 8 by 11 or an 8 by 8. And the larger 14-inch bag, that would be good for like an 11 by 11 Q-snap. Roxy, stop. I also have a large vinyl. This is 11 by 13. And I made some smaller accessory bags, and these are 6 by 9. And these all have the same interior fabric for the fabric ones and the vinyl. And then the last one that I already have made, this is a special fabric. This was a Spoonflower fabric that is no longer available. So you can't get this anywhere. And I only did vinyl bags for this one. So I have the larger 11 by 13, and it has just a white with black polka dot on the inside. It's all the Harry Potter characters in this cute little sketchy style. And so I have a few of the big bags, and then I also have the smaller accessory ones. So if you're interested in that, those will be available when I finally get the Harry Potter sale going. And like I said, I might just have to have a second one because I have more Harry Potter fabric that I was planning to use, but I want to wait for my new sewing machine. Other than that, just doing some dark October stitching. Hopefully I'll have a bunch of projects to show you next time. And that's about it. So enjoy, happy stitching, and I'll see you. Bye.